We did 40 trays of eggplant yesterday, and we need 45, bringing us to 6,000 slices of roasted eggplant. 6,000.
Gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, blah, blah, blah. It will force you to go between.
Never cooked pasta in a fry basket, but I guess it's the first time for everything. Maybe some salt.
I know, Molly, you had a lot of involvement last year in the bridge dinner. Like, how was that for you?
It was special. That dinner has become something that our city looks forward to every year. And the tickets, it sells out. It was an honor that they chose an all-female lineup last year. There were 4 women chefs who were kind of like the lead chefs for the event. Chef Suzette Gresham from Accarello in San Francisco was the guest chef. In keeping with her restaurant, it was an Italian-themed dinner.
Right.
Our course was the pasta course. What do you think the chances are? 375 is 375. So the dish has 4 steps. First is gonna be the sauce on the plate, and then we're gonna pop the timbales out about 12 o'clock. Everyone say a little prayer.
With a little bit of force there, okay? You can always repair. The worst case scenario, if a piece of eggplant sticks in the middle, go in and get it.
Et voila.
Yay!
That's $3.25 for 10 minutes. We did a risky dish.
It's the first time on the bridge dinner that you actually did a plated course.
For
right?
900.
Yeah. Welcome to my world, right?
You can really see the true sense of community at the Tower Bridge dinner.
I think it's great for our city to have something like that to showcase not only the culinary talent, but the products, you know, the farmers and the products that we grow.
Yeah, I mean, I got into cooking because I wasn't particularly great at math. I wasn't really interested in history. A lot of the school stuff just didn't really jive. And I loved working with my hands and was always into, you know, eating good food, cooking, and just the transformation was really fascinating of taking raw ingredients and turning them into a dish. In the food world nationally, I think we're starting to turn a lot more heads. I would say in the past 3 years, it's really kind of ticked up.
There's a lot of opportunity right now as far as, you know, we're seeing growth and momentum with the food culture in Sacramento. I feel like there's more work to be done in that regard.
We keep building these blocks so we can get some more national attention and get better talent coming to town, more savvy diners, people looking for the better restaurants. I mean, the service needs to be on, the food's got to be on. All the stars need to align and just be you know, hopefully we have a perfect service every day.
UC Davis hospital called, said we want to change our food to make it farm to fork. What can we do? So I had a casual conversation with them, and as I'm going through the conversation, I'm thinking in my mind, Santana, Santana.
Chef Santana.
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 Santana Diaz is saving the world.
The guy who put together the food for Super Bowl 50, the guy who made Golden One Center the most green food system in professional sports is really the one you want to talk to.
From a young age, I've always been involved in a kitchen somehow. From restaurants to 70,000 capacity football stadiums. I mean, I've had just about every position except owning a restaurant. but nothing had prepared me for what I'm experiencing on a day-to-day basis today. I believe that it was just unintentional about why the stigma of hospital food got to where it is. Sometimes when it comes down to it, that you put these things all into this, system, and it tells you how much magnesium, how much sodium, how much is everything in this meal. But it, it doesn't tell you about the color or what it really tastes like. A passionate culinary eye was not part of a computer system. When you add a chef or someone that actually has some passion to it and understands flavor profiles and methods, we start presenting something that looks good and tastes good. So instead of saying, here's your peach cup in what the FDA refers to as juice, and we're gonna seal it, and then that can last and sit on the shelf for years, and then give it to you when you're in your most illest state.
With plenty of corn syrup.
Yeah. So I came in and said, why don't we just give them a peach from 33 miles up the road?
Food is medicine. Nutrition is key to recovery and health and wellness. So when Chef Santana Diaz first came here, we were doing what every large hospital system does. Big box foodstuffs and food that wasn't frankly very tasty or really evaluated for its tastiness and freshness. His passion around health and nutrition, coupled with his production capability that he learned in the sports arena world, he truly is a food source executive. I mean, it's amazing he's also a James Beard award-winning chef.
Check there with the dietitians. Go ahead and check with Sky and her team, making sure I know for sure. On this 150-acre campus, we have 3 retail spaces. Out of those retail spaces, we can serve on average about 4,200 meals per day. We do 659 beds in the hospital, and the employees, we're talking about 13,000 employees here. And any given day, we do run between 6,000 and 7,000 meals.
Give us a sense of scale, like how much, like if we order cherry tomatoes from Missoula, we're getting, a couple flats.
So when we do our marinaras, because we make our marinaras and our bolognese in-house, and for fresh tomatoes that we're roasting and doing the whole 9 yards with, we'll go through in a week, we'll say, 30 flats to 40 flats of just that maybe one type of tomato. It's a machine.
Yeah.
It's a machine, and we try to do our best to, I'll be honest, we will never reach the epitome of quality on your house-made pastas at our scale. It's
Right.
it's just not possible.
It's not possible.
Yes, I have a hand crank pasta roller, and I'll do some raviolis for some moms, potentially on a special menu. But we can't keep up with that every
No
day.
way.
It's not possible.
Yeah.
So we just got to make sure we're just sourcing it right. One thing about a hospital is that they never close, right? They're 365 days, 24/7 operations. So we could generate a sustainable platform of ordering and forecasting and procurement of foods. And that's where the light bulb clicked. It was like, this is the opportunity for change for community benefit. And our patients actually win at the same time.
There are some amazing farm-to-institution activities that are going on around the country. Santana is one of those creative leaders in this whole movement. He immediately became seen as somebody that was going to make a difference.
If you get to start to know the farmers and the ranchers, and we say, okay, hey, can you provide us with these 9 tons of asparagus for the asparagus season? Maybe one rancher or farmer can't do it, but their coalition, they can fill the order.
When you guys make a commitment a year ahead of time, it helps us increase what we do. Going into the season, before we even start planting, we know that this customer is going to take so many cartons a year, and this customer is going to take so many cartons a year.
If we can secure and eliminate and minimize the risk to the farmer, knowing that 80% of the crop is actually going to be sold versus just planting blind and hoping they sell it, the price to restaurant owners and chefs can maybe be more stabilized, which helps all of our food costs, right? Everybody can win on that.
I love what's happening at Davis with Santana. I know that he does believe that both taste and health begin in the soil. He's trying to buy the food from the people who are taking care of the land. and their farm workers.
When somebody from that business, Santana, actually comes and knocks on the door and says, "We're ready," I said, "It's about time, come on in."
One of my executive sous chefs, he and his wife, when they had a child, realized, oh, this is a really grand experience. And that first meal as a family is gonna be experienced in a hospital setting because the mom's not rushing home right away. It's like, oh, I had a baby and I'm gonna go home. No, it's like, can we make that experience better, right? And so we created a mommy meal menu. It's a separate menu that we offer now that's for the mom and guest, partner, spouse, whomever that's with them.
Breaking bread together.
That is exactly right. So
It's a real thing.
fine dining and great food, if you will, I don't think really matches the stigma of hospital food. It's to bring this great food and all this knowledge of what we've all experienced and just bringing it to the people that probably need it most, right? Which is, you know, when we're ill or, you know, not on our 100%.
Where you are now and your experiences and your wins and your losses, what would you tell 24-year-old Billy opening up his first restaurant?
I don't think I would say anything. Some of the things I felt like I learned I needed to learn. If anybody told me anything, I think it would have came out differently.
Yeah.
Because I'm like one of those people that I need to get burned to know not to get burned again. As a kid, I loved fish, like, you know, fish bowl, fish tanks. And, you know, I wanted to be a marine biologist when I grew up. But I was never a really studious kid. I didn't do good in school, and restaurant work was just work I had to do. My first job was a dishwasher busboy, and then worked prep and did sushi, and it was just always a job. As I got more into it, I started falling in love with it. So I went to culinary school in San Francisco, came back, worked with Randall Sullen at the kitchen, and then opened up Crew.
So how old were you then when, like, Old Crew opened?
I was 24 years old. To think about it now, it's pretty damn crazy.
Were you scared? I mean,
I think I was more stupid than
scared. Were you so young and dumb that you were like not even scared about it?
I wasn't even scared. I was like, no, let's just do it. I just wanted it so bad, you know. And when it happened, I was like, what did I get myself into? You know? Restaurants, it's not fun fantasy world. It's ultimately a business. You need to cater to your guests. You can't just make whatever, you know, because you still have to pay the bills.
Right.
You know, I got this a lot in the beginning. People come, oh, are you Japanese? Well, this, that, or what part of Japan are you from? I was like, oh, I'm from South Sacramento. You know? I went to Valley High School. But they're like, oh, why are you doing sushi? And I'm like, oh, are you Japanese? Why are you eating sushi? And I remember doing scallops and foie gras, and did a little soy and truffle gastrique. And there's customers, they're like, what is this food? This is not Japanese. My food, my flavors, it's not authentic. It's a culmination of food I ate growing up at home, Chinese, Vietnamese flavors, and then junk food, going to culinary school, which mainly taught classical French, and then all the knowledge I learned working in Japanese restaurants. So that's why it was just that mashup. Quality ingredients will speak for themselves. You don't need to do too much, and we have just such great access to all that.
What are we betting? You got to bet for first fish and biggest fish.
Biggest fish.
Oh, most fish too. That's right.
$100 a fish.
Well, you got to give us odds though.
No way.
Now just hurry up and wait.
All right, anytime. I think the middle one's gonna go off first, Bill. I feel it.
That's you, Bill. That's you.
Bill, take that.
Nice.
Dropped it down.
Bill's got a salmon, baby, baby, land it, baby.
Okay.
Oh! Okay, rod tip back down.
Fatty. 22?
25.
25? Master sushi chefs are known for their rice, cooked properly, seasoned properly, formed properly. Like the fish is just the accoutrement, the garnish for the rice. I grew up eating rice my whole life. What's the difference with this rice? This rice, all you know is these brands out there, right? Those are all commodity rice. It's grown by multiple people and they just mix it together. And then they put a brand on it. But I didn't know all that, so I was using a certain brand before when we first opened, and then Bosworth just popped them into the restaurant one day. He's like, hey, Bo, I got this rice. The first I asked him, how much is it? And then he was like, he told me the price. Like, I was like, what? How much? It was like double what I'm paying for. Well, why? He's like, well, just come out to the farm. Being out there and walking through the field, I was like, send me this rice.
The Sacramento Valley is really an ideal place to grow very high quality medium grain and short grain rice varieties. Warm days, cool nights. California grows virtually all the sushi rice in America. We grow our own seed, grow the rice the next year, dry it, store it, mill it, package it, deliver it to the end customers. And we're really proud that we can track that through the system. We get great feedback from our chefs, and then we can come back and implement that feedback on our farm.
So is this the field, the calicari?
This is the organic calicari rice that we're growing for you in your restaurants. You can see that it's starting to get pretty close to harvest. This field we're standing in is 36 acres, and all of this rice is going to go direct to chefs.
That's stuff for, yeah, that's plenty for everybody, yeah.
That is the smallest one, right?
Yeah. Cool.
That's perfect, dude.
So what's that you're putting on?
Koji.
That's made with rice.
Rice, yeah.
Is it fermented?
Fermented. Acts like a tenderizer, and also it enhances the flavor like crazy. We're just gonna do it for like 40 minutes and it'll be good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how soft that flesh is. Hopefully it's firm on the firm side.
No, it's real nice and firm.
Is it? Yeah.
That's nice.
That's good quality fish right there. What we'll do is we'll pull that belly off, pull the tail off, and we'll just have those two pavés for grilling whole. The tail will mince and the belly will
for the congee.
Cook for congee.
I just felt like me growing up in Sacramento, I love Sacramento, I didn't want to leave Sacramento, and I just felt like there was a change, something happening soon, and I wanted to be part of it.
I believe in the opportunity of Sacramento as a food destination. I believe that it's a growing market that, you know, going to an established place, which I've done, was great, but you get lost.
Man, I am stoked on this food.
I even got the flour.
To be able to say, no, I'm putting my mark in this city because I know that Sacramento is great. You know, farm to fork capital, yes, all on board. The sum of our parts is just so strong, and we all have something, you know, different to offer. And it's a really beautiful thing.
It was an awesome day. From the fish we just caught literally hours ago, and then the rice from here, right here. Everything's really good. And then what?
Vegetables,
the vegetables
from
on the way here.
farm across the street.
Nice.
Yeah.
Everything on this plate, right?
Beautiful, beautiful product from beginning to end. Top
Best
to bottom.
as it gets, too.
As good as it gets, yeah. Cheers, y'all. Love
Cheers.
y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out here, and it was a really special day for me, and you know, just another great time that, you know.
California's culinary scene continues to boom and set trends. Sacramento boasts 15 Michelin establishments. It also produces talented homegrown chefs who are the cornerstone of California's signature high-quality yet laid-back dining ambience.
Can we use the food and the great bounty of this region that's available to us here in Sacramento, in this area, and present it in a way that looks pretty and then, well, tastes good, and at the same time maybe help our local economy with our local farmers and ranchers, right? All at the same time.
As much as we want to assume that people come to the restaurants for the wine and the food, we know why people really come back. They come back to see us. Yeah. The collective
sure.
us. Their favorite server, their favorite bartender, the chef.
The community is very special here, and I don't know if everyone can really appreciate it. I feel like I can because I went outside of city limits, and nothing is more special than this community.
We're all in this for the greater good of the city and pushing it forward and trying to get more of a national name for Sacramento. The culinary scene is still somewhat young here. Certainly there was those here before us, but it's blossoming now, and everybody is really motivated to push to the next level and help each other to get there, because it's all for the greater good.
I think we could change the farming in the state. I think we could change the health in this state. I think we could make a model that could change education around the country and around the world.